Hey class, welcome. I'm going to quickly show you a video just to walk you through what we're going to be doing for math today. So on today's schedule, you should add your response to the Flipgrid community meeting, and in the slides you can click here and it will take you right to Flipgrid. So when you click on that link, it will take you to this page. You're going to click login with Google, and you might have to type in your DPS ID, which is your lunch number at dpsk12.net, and then it will take you to this next page. So already I have this video uploaded where you can read the prompts every day over here. So today's prompt will be asking you to tell how you're doing and what fun things you've been doing at home during this time, and you have a minute to talk. All right, so every day when you come and do your Flipgrid, you're going to play the video made by the teacher first. This week they're all by me. That might change in the future. And once you've watched mine, then you can go and record your own and reply to other people's. It's going to be really fun. All right, so we know that you have already done your Flipgrid community meeting. Then you're going to need to log into Google Classroom, and that is classroom.google.com. All right, and there are links to it in the emails that I sent your parents, or you're probably already logged in if you're watching this. Anyways, in Google Classroom, you'll click on today's date, April 7th, and then you can click on here to view this math video, which you've already found. You can click here to go right to the independent problems. On slide 4 today, I actually have a chart made for you so that you can get some help on the independent problems. Remember, if you're still stuck, you can talk to me during office hours, which is 10 to noon. So here's the chart that you can use to help you solve the independent problems. I'm going to solve an independent problem with you in just a minute. So before I solve the math video problems with you right now, I'm going to tell you a couple things. After you're done solving these problems, you can click here, or you can just click through the slides and find the IXL page. If I click here, it's going to take us to that. So each day I'm going to ask you to do one IXL skill, either what we've learned that day, which is all of these are a review right now, or what we have learned previously this year. So anytime you see a box like this, you can click on it and that will take you right to IXL. I wanted to tell you, remember your lunch number. If you don't remember your lunch number, text me and I can look it up for you. And if you don't remember your password, I can look it up for you too if you text me. But it should be your birthday. So the first two numbers would be the month. Like my birthday is April 17th. So it would be 04 for April, 17 for the 17th, and then the year that I was born. So most of you were born in like 2010, I think. So it would be like 2010, the last four numbers. Once you get into IXL, you'll click on Learning and go to 4th grade A2. And that's Convert Between Standard and Expanded Form. For this one, you probably won't need a piece of paper, but some days you will need a piece of paper to solve on IXL. So, our first problem that we're going to go over today is on slide number 5. So you have 4 digits. The 4 digits that we're using in this problem are 3, 8, 1, and 5. And we know that whatever order we put these numbers in will make the digits have different values. So your job today is to use all 4 numbers, all 4 of these digits, and rearrange them to write the greatest number possible. So you're going to put them in an order so they make the biggest number. And then you're going to put them in an order to make the smallest number possible. This next question is a video example. All right, and I'm actually going to do it all with you. So we have a place value chart here. And in the place value chart, we can see that there are a different number of dots. And the dots represent different amounts based on what place they are in. So let's start in the ones place. What is the value of the ones place right now? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the ones place, we have 7. What's the value in the tens place? Well, in the tens place, there is 0. What's the value in the hundreds place? Let's count. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. So we can either put an 8 there if we're trying to find standard form, which we are. All right, now let's do the thousands. How many thousands are there? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. We have 3 thousands. And you could be drawing the place value chart on your paper if that's helpful to you. In the 10,000s, we have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, which we can also just write a 7 in the thousands place. And in the 100,000s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600,000. So I have already found my number in standard form. We have, and you are actually going to click right here, and that will allow you to type in each of these boxes. So 673,807. Now we have unit form that we need to find. If you can't remember what unit form is, we can go back and look at our chart. So if I flip back to slide 4, I can see that, yep, we did standard form. We wrote it in standard form. Now we're going to write it in unit form, which I can see is I write the number and then the place. The number and then the place. So we're saying each of those dots stands for what? Well, there's 5 dots in the 100,000s. There's 2 dots in the thousands place. 0 in the hundreds. So I'll start. In the 100,000s place, I have 6 dots in the 100,000s. So I can write 600,000s. Then I move over to the next smallest place, and I have 7 in the 10,000s. Then I have 3 in the thousands. Then in the hundreds place, I have 8 in the hundreds. Then we have 0 in the tens. And you can write that, or if you don't write that, it's still correct. And 7 in the ones place. So, great job on unit form. Word form. We're going to write this number in words. On slide 5, I have this chart for you to use if you need help spelling any of the words. Here's an example of the chart. So now we're going to write exactly how we would read it. So I'm going to read this number. 600, because it's in the hundreds. Or I could cover up everything except for these three places. 673. And then when we get to the comma, we say 1,000. So I'm going to write 673,000. Then we'll go ahead after we have that written, and we're going to say the rest of the number. 673,000, and this is 807. We don't say 0, we just say 807. Now expanded form. Expanded form is probably my favorite form. So we, just like in the beginning when I was counting these, we count them based on their value now, not just how many there are. So in the ones place, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I would have 7. In the tens, we have no tens still, so there would still be 0. In the hundreds, though, we have 100. This stands for 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. And in the thousands, we count by thousands. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. We put our comma after the 3. Then we count by 10,000s in the 10,000s place. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. And then we have 6 in the 100,000. So we're going to count by 100,000s. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000. Then I put a plus sign to add all of these together, because all together it is the same as saying 673,807. So I'm going to write all of this on my expanded form line. And then if we can do expanded form, expanded notation is not much different. So we say, all right, I know that there are 6 in the 100,000s place. So I write that like this. There are 6 in the 100,000s. Or you can write it the other way and say in the 100,000s there are 6. Then we're going to add our next column. In the 10,000s there are 7. 7 in the 10,000s. There are 3 in the thousands place. There are 8 in the hundreds place. So I write 8 in the hundreds place. And then there are 0 in the tens. So we can either leave that out, or we can write 0 times 10. And there are 7 in the ones place. So you have 7 ones. All right. That is your assignment for today. So there are a few more problems where you will look at the place value chart and write it in each of the forms. Remember, if you need help, go ahead and contact me, especially during office hours, because then I can actually get on the computer and show you or talk you through it or whatever you need. Okay? I miss you. Before this video is over, I have one more thing to show you. Once you're all finished with this stuff, I have a few more activities that you might like. So if you go back to today's schedule, you can actually click right here on optional resources if you want to do more, and it will take you to this page. So the first thing is a science investigation. I'm hopefully going to try and do science next week, but I needed a little bit more time to get it all set up because it takes me a long time to make all of these slides and videos. So when you click here, it will take you to one that that DPS is providing that you can do with a family or with someone in your family or somebody at your house. You could click here to play Freckle. You can click here to play Prodigy, or IXL has some new science and social studies things, which that look really cool. So if that's interesting to you, you can also do that. On this page, you can click and go right to Freckle. Remember that our class code is TUXHOY. And if you have another sibling that's like kindergarten through 8th grade and they would like a Freckle account, I can also set one up for them. And then lastly, I usually introduce Prodigy around the time of state testing, but since we're not doing that, I'm going to give it to you now. So this is the teacher code. Please type that in so that I can see what you're doing and also send you stuff on Prodigy. If you click here, you can create your own account. If you want me to set up an account for you, I can do that too. You can just text me. So I hope that this week goes really well. I know it's going to be different getting into your own routine. And I just want to say that I miss you guys so much and that I wish we were back in our classroom having class together. Thank you for working so hard though, and this will probably be the longest video. I just wanted to walk you through everything. Miss you. Happy learning.